Hey, welcome to the Vibrational Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And so today it is Environmental Freedom Thursday. I have to think about it then, but I've got my green t-shirt on, so it reminds me. Oh gosh, do you know what? I keep saying that my destinations are not showing, and I'm just going to check which destinations, all of the Facebook ones. And when we don't have any of the Facebook ones, it matters. So what I'm going to do is just spend this couple of seconds to remove everything, and then re-add everything. How about that? Because I know that some of you guys actually enjoy the episode and you actually want to be part of it. So what I am going to do is delete it. Not sure why, and I think you can still see me, but I am actually adding as I go, as I speak. All right. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to save these changes. It may or may not let me. Let's see if it does. I'm watching. It says yes to that. It says yes to that. It says yes, yes, yes. I've got lots of ticks. Fabulous. Now, how do I get back to my live stream? All right. So welcome to the Vibrational Frequency podcast. Not sure. Sometimes it has that glitch, and it usually is in the environment of Facebook. So I want to talk about teaching online, traveling while we teach, teaching online as a spiritual entrepreneur, light worker, service-based business owner. I've taught online for many, many years, and I've actually signed up for lots and lots and lots of correspondence courses. I was thinking about this the other day. Correspondence courses, online training. Hey, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Yaz. Yes, techie glitches. Are you on Facebook? Yes, techie glitches. So I kind of just did the whole glitching, right? Did the whole, well, let me just alter that. How are you doing? It is Thursday. It's Environmental Freedom Thursday. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you are new to me, and do share this out, because we're going to talk about environment, right? But the way that we talk about environment, we talk about it in the sense of our vision of what we want our environment to look like. And our environment starts in here and in here, right? This is, and what we see around us is created in here and in here, right? What we think about, what we feel about, right? So thank you for joining me, Yaz. So environmental freedom and traveling while we teach. I was going to go on a train of thought, and I can't remember what it was right now. UK, but imagine is still in Barbados. Can I get it? I was doing that today. I was laying on the bed at my sister-in-law's, and I was on my laptop. I don't really want to use my laptop that much because it's a bit glitchy. But what I realized is actually I was in my home office for 11 years, right? And I had this dream of traveling while I teach. But what I really did was sit at my desk and create for a really long time. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, do you know what? I don't even want to be here in this home or in this area any longer. I actually dreamt of that, traveling while I teach. And I realized when I went to London, I went and I stayed with my friend. Tiny ass box room. It was so tiny. But she bought me a desk. I'd given up my desk. I just bought a brand new desk for hundreds and a brand new sofa bed and stuff. And I literally gave it away to the charity shop. And I'm still paying for it, right? I'm like, why would you do that? Anyway, the universe said move, so I moved, right? So she bought me a desk, and then there was a desk. Do you remember? Yeah, was it you on the live, Yaz, that when I was like picturing a desk, and then the desk literally appeared on the path? I think I posted a picture of it. I've got this silver desk literally appearing on the path before me, right? So I was like traveling while I teach. And what I realized is going to London and then coming to my nieces and coming to my sister-in-law's, what I've done is I've sat at the desk and actually just created some more. I've got recordings and I need lighting and all the things. And I thought, do you know what? I just need to get my recordings. Yes. Yeah, do you remember? Yeah, because I put it on my vision board, right?
or I put it over the like what's been happening for me. And I was like, actually, I've just traded another desk. I'm literally sat at another desk, and I'm like, this wasn't the plan. This doesn't feel like freedom. But we've got to, in order to be in the environment that we want to be in, to teach and to travel, then we do have a certain amount of prep. But I've been prepping for years, and I'm like, dude, get your together. So that is what your girl's gonna do. Most of my stuff is done. I've scheduled out my business for the next like 7 years, and I have a 2 hour monthly coaching call supporting these 7 freedoms. And it's called the 7 freedoms frequency call in gym. And I was sharing it with students today, and I was like scheduling for the 2 hour monthly call. And I focus on the light work and the lifestyle. And I was like, actually, I pressed the button, literally pressed the button. This is how the teaching online goes. Press the button, and it was scheduled out until April 26th. And I was like, let me just not even have to bother with this for another few years. So I went on to May 2026 and scheduled another 52 months. So it's scheduled out to 2030 or something like that. And I was like, this is what I like. It's like literally a press of a button, and then I'll get my assistant to do it. But, do you have a vision? Obviously, as you want to be in Barbados, right? Like, do you have a vision to teach? We're in the UK, right? And I want to teach all over the world. That's the vision that I had. And so when you have that vision, you actually have to follow through and create the business model. I wanted to create a business model where I have passive income streams and leveraged income streams. And I've actually figured it out. And I said, when I figured this out, I would share it far, wide, and deep. And that is what I'm doing. So what does your business model look like? What does it look? Do you want to travel? No, you do. Yes. Do you have travel? Do you have a travel bucket list? I was sat there on the bed today, and I thought, actually, I'm doing my workout, right? I'm on day 12, which I think I should be on day 11 because I started on the 1st of January doing the insanity, which I haven't done for years, but it's working. And I was like, what's going to be my reward for doing this beach body? What am I going to do? Because I've got bikinis on my vision board, right? So I was like, and a beach body and to be hench, right? So I was like, I want to go on holiday. My daughter just turned 21, and we didn't do it justice. I was like, can you take this time off and this time and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, well, I'll just see with the money. And I'm like, nah, we're going. So it just feels really amazing to have the vision board, trust the universe, and to be able to teach online. And Yaz says, my imagination course will be online. Have you got an imagination course? And I just practice the coaching calls now and then. Oh, I love that. Oh, okay. So you say that it will be online. So for those of you who don't know and you're new to this, what I do is we do the vision board, and then we come live every single day. So yeah, you've done your vision board on your environment, right? And so then what we do is we don't just say, oh, well, we vision it. We actually have to take that action. So I always say, like, what are the actions that you need to take in order to reverse engineer that process? Right. So we're visualizing launching our day, leading our day, and leaving our day. Right. What are the 1 to 3 actions, or what are the 1 to 3 things either to do or not to do, either to allow and let in, or to let go of. Yaz says, I don't want to travel. I want to be in. Sorry. Don't want to travel. I want to be in Barbados and holiday in Disney, Animal Kingdom lodge again, this time with the Grand Cubs. Oh, I love that. I haven't completed the vision board. Okay, so I think it's now coming up for a month from the vision board. From when I did the vision board challenge, and I always share what's going on for me. So I'm going to share some of the things that are coming to fruition for me. We do the vision board annually, and there's replays, so you can take your time. And that, yeah, as I've said, it's there. When people do like Facebook challenges and they're 5 days usually, or 7 days, whatever it is, welcome, let me know where you're watching from. And then people take them down and you're like, dude, I didn't finish going through that challenge. And apparently it's like people do the challenges in a short space of time with the hope that people will just get it done, because they're like that level of scarcity. Now I'm removing it, you have to do it. But for me, like, these are life decisions. And as we go, and as we, like you've said, Yaz, that you were doing the vision board and actually there was glitches, and actually the vision evolved. Now, if I'd have taken those recordings down, you wouldn't then have this time to engage with me and engage with your own vision and do the 7 day. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the way that we market online, and we teach online, or the way that we're being taught to market, irks the out of me. Yaz says, hang on, I imagined it a million years ago. I practiced coaching in Barbados 2020. That was on the vision board. Woo-hoo! Love it. Yaz says, I intend to finish my vision board in video format. Perfect. Vision has transformed. Yeah, that's what you let me know. And so the way that I teach, purely because you can listen or not, right? But it feels in alignment with my soul. It feels in alignment with my values, and it feels in alignment with integrity. And I just think I don't want to be treated like the way that some people treat us online, hence the list building and not legacy building. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, it doesn't feel nice. So however you're building your business online, build it with your values in mind. Otherwise, it's just not going to feel good. It just isn't. So I want to ask you how you feel about your vision, how you feel about your environment, your immediate environment, because it isn't about just escaping to a new environment and everything's going to be hunky-dory. I remember my mum actually talking about this. She's like, I need a holiday. And I don't know where I got it from, and I don't know where I realized it, but I did. And I was like, you do. And I remember saying it to her years ago, and she's like, yeah, that's the point. You go wherever you want a holiday, my mum. I was like, you do realize that you're going to go with you. And she's like, oh yeah. When something is getting on your nerves, something's bothering you, or something's whatever, or you feel a certain type of way, wherever you take yourself and travel, you're going to be there. Because I think sometimes people do that. They're like, well, when this is different, or when I go, will you actually where you are going? Do you know what I mean? I know that sounds really silly and really crazy, but I do think that people think that, an environment is going to change how they think and feel. And it's how we think and feel changes the way that we think and feel. I know environments can, help us to feel a certain type of way, but you could get what I'm saying. Yaz says, love it here with my family. Yeah, I love that. Cool. Yaz says, nothing is bothering me apart from the cold. I know, right? Girl, I'm feeling you. Oh, dude, it's cold. I'm like, so I'm in my t-shirt, right? But listen, I'm in the UK. It's cold. Actually, it's quite warm in here today, but yeah, I'm not feeling. I'm with you in Barbados, Yaz. Honestly, I really am. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know if you're commenting. Well, you can't if you're in a different place. So if you're on my Facebook, I can see. If you're on like Twitter or something like that, I can't see. If you're within the Soul Legacy Academy, I can't see. Usually the best place to be is on YouTube. And as soon as I call anybody out and say, listen, comment, let me know who you are, they hop off. But like, it doesn't make sense to like scroll on social media and not be engaged. Like, you're giving me your time. Len, hey, shiny love. See, I called you out. It's like, girl. Yeah, says, and the glitches are working for me. Awesome. Hey, shiny love. Happy New Year, love. How are you? Surname, shiny love. So yeah, I don't know your full name. I just call you shiny love. Shiny. Have you done the vision board challenge? Because I know you're in the group, right? And I'm about to reach out to everyone. So I'm talking about environmental freedom and traveling while we teach, teaching online. And I don't mean I want to travel the world and be like just around and not have a home. My home is a barn conversion. That's what I've got on my vision board. However, in the meantime, I'm going to have a bunch of fun. So what I want to say is, how do you feel? So we're going to rate between a 1 and an 11 in terms of our environment, right? And so our environment, our immediate environment is our biggest vision board. We know this, right? So what we're seeing, but what we don't want to do is be pushed and pulled by the physical eye, what we see. We want to do what Yaz is doing and just like be on the beach in Barbados. So that's the idea, not to be pushed and pulled. All right, so that's how we feel, what you've got on your vision board. And so today is Environmental Freedom Thursday, but we can't think of our environment in isolation than to the other areas that I cover on the vision board, if that makes sense. So I'm going to run through them, and then we're going to apply environmental freedom to them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I said I had a mostly an 11-day feeling. Amazing. So 1 is feeling in soul funk, and 11 is feeling in soul flow. I've had tears today. I'll share my day in a second. I've had a lot of tears today for many different reasons, and I will share all happy tears, but still tears. And it's like, wow, like just wow. And I want to acknowledge them. And so, and I love you that you say you've had an emotionally 11-day, because when we talk about the 7 freedoms, the 7 freedoms frequency, the intentional living codes is what I call them, the acronym. Contribution freedom on Monday, health freedom on Tuesday, emotional freedom on Wednesday, environmental freedom Thursday, which is today, relationship freedom Friday, spiritual freedom Saturday, and financial freedom Sunday. So when we take environment and teaching online and we couple it with the energy and the vision of teaching online, you get clearer on your vision of where do you want to be and who do you want to be around while you're teaching, while you're making your contribution in the world. Is it on stages? Is it virtually speaking? Is it in an online course? Is it YouTube? Is it a podcast? Is it books? Is it, what is it? Where is it, right, that you want to contribute, and having that vision? And then, like I say, taking those soul guided action steps. But before you take the action, we want to have the energy of it. We want to have the vision of it. We want to set the intention of it, right? I know you guys know this. I know it's like preaching to the converted. I know that. However, we all do drop off. We all need reminders. Things happen every single day, every single week. So when we look back from today, Thursday, to last Thursday, what's been happening? Where are the signs? Where are the nudges? Where are the synchronicities? Where's the dance with the universe? And have you expressed gratitude for it? Right? I'm sure you have, because we're saying gratitude every single day. But are you acknowledging it, really acknowledging it? And that's what I'm here for, to remind you and to remind myself, and to live in intentionally, live in alignment with my vision, my values, and my vibration. When we bring environment into health, do you like walking in nature? Do you like running? Do you like being on the beach? Do you like meditating? Have you got a sacred space? Like, could you create a sacred space? Have you got a space to work? Do you get what I mean? Like, is it spacious and expansive where you are? Is it like in warm climate? Is it freezing cold like it is in the UK? What do you actually prefer? How is it affecting your health? Right? Like for me, I don't mind going to the gym. I want to do weights at the gym, but my go-to is working out at home. So I've literally, Scooby has been walked. Amazing. I drop off. You drop off of at health. So I've set up in my room my yoga mat. I don't have my insanity mat. It's in storage. And I'm like, and I switched around the room today. So the internet, because like one half of the room has internet connection and one doesn't. I'm like, dude. So I switched, and I was like, and it was bothering me each day. And I'm like leaning down the bottom of the bed going, oh. So I switched it around today, and it feels better. And I know that I'm always going to get that internet connection. And I was sat there on my laptop today. You might have seen the, you've got to drop out. We'll catch up with you later. You know, oh, your daughter's there. Hey, Yaz's daughter. Awesome. Thank you, Yaz. So, I was at the bottom of the bed and I'm like, well, this internet thing is just driving me insane. So I switched it around and I was like, and I switched the whole room around. And so I've got my workout and I've got my thing right. So the book that I was listening to today is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he says about the habits that you have. And basically to habit stack. Like when you do one thing, then what else will you do? When you do another thing, what else will you do? So usually when I have, when I do my workout, then I haven't had it actually, then I'll have my protein, then I'll have my vitamins while I'm having my protein. Or like when you get up and you do it, do you know what I mean? Like really habit stacking so that you get all of your things done, or setting out a certain time in the day for whatever it is. And if you want to teach online, it's like, what does your day look like teaching online? For me, if I try and do all these things in the morning and I don't just get down to my soul work, it makes me have an off day. I'm not as productive. And I was watching a YouTube video I'm obsessed with a guy called Alex Hormozi and his wife Leila Hormozi. They were talking about their marriage and being a couple and the things that they do and blah 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 blah. I wouldn't swap and want their life because they feel very overworked for me. But they don't feel overworked, if that makes sense, and that's fine. But he was saying like if he works for like 15-hour days, that's fine. But if he wants to pour into his marriage, he'll give that. Obviously, it's not every day that he gives it just an hour, but he was just using that as an example, saying he can get the things done in like the 14 hours. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. In the 14 hours, and then give his marriage an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like the habits that you have, and when you're teaching online, so he's teaching online, I don't know what kind of 100 million or something they've earned. I don't know what it is. Comes with a lot of responsibility. And I think there's a lot of us as light workers, as spiritual entrepreneurs, shy away from the responsibility of doing things online because we're like, oh my gosh, what if I'm really successful? Over the years, people have said that to me. Let me know where you're watching from. Welcome. People have said that to me. They're like, well, actually, if I'm super successful, what if loads of people come to me and I can't actually handle it? But when you create passive income streams and you teach online and you create your books, I'm looking over there because I've got my book, your books or your online courses, or you're serving one to many, and you've scheduled out your business ahead of time, it then becomes like, where is everybody at? Like you welcome more people. So I'm on this live and doing my YouTube podcast. I'm good. Like wherever I'm streaming out in multiple places, bring it. Do you know what I mean? Bring the comments, bring the energy, all the things. So environmental freedom, Thursday, when we're thinking about that vision of teaching online, what is your vision? My vision is here. My vision, I set my vision and I'm taking that action. And however long that takes, I'm like, listen, I want to have the biggest spiritual business YouTube channel out there going. And I'm consistent at it and I'm committed for it. I love it. So what does your vision look like? And have you taken my spiritual business vision board challenge? If you haven't, I will leave the link. The link is in the show notes, in the cards, in the description. And thank you for the love. And if you are new to me, welcome, because that's one of the things that I want to talk about as well. So I talk about my day because what's ever going on for me, hopefully it will resonate. So there's a few things today for me teaching online and actually walking my own talk, teaching what I say to my students. So inside my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influences compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. One of the reasons why Leila and Alex Hormozi's lifestyle does not suit me, it suits them, they're really happy, is because I wanted to have that balance. And so I love my work, and I do work a lot while I'm on a project, but that's not the long-term vision. We have to put in the work in the beginning, do the recordings and do the things, show up, but that's not all I see for my life. So there's a one-page plan in my book, and it's about putting yourself out there and being visible. And in stage 1 of the plan, it is about reaching out, right? reaching out and serving your stat, I call them, your soul tribe avatar, persona or profile, right? Let me know where you're watching from. And I walk my talk, right? And so I help my students to get really clear. So many of you say, I'm not clear on the person that I'm here to serve. So therefore, I don't know my message. And therefore, I don't know what to charge. Therefore, I don't know what to roll them in. Therefore, the back end of my business is not done and dusted. Therefore, I don't have the financial freedom. Therefore, I feel stuck. All the things, right? So on step one, I teach you to reach out, right? And some people are like, oh, I don't want to reach out. And I'm like, dude, if you have a gift and you know you've got a solution and others have got that problem, when you're teaching online, your only job as a spiritual business owner, your only job is to reach the people that you are here to serve. Your only job. And your job is not to put people on a list and treat them like a name and number, because I know that isn't you. And I know that that is what we're being taught online in the industry, right? And I know that so many of us as light workers are like, if anybody else tells me to get on their list, if anybody else tells me to build a list, I'm going to go insane, right? And so it's like, what else do we do? Well, we build a legacy. And so speaking to, serving and signing up your high paying soul clients online becomes a conversation. This is a conversation. Believe it or not, this is my marketing. Having a conversation with you, right? So I teach to reach out. And so I walk my talk. So today, basically, my day looks like reaching out to the people that are in my spiritual business vision board group. If you are in there and you are watching me, get your vision board done. Get it done, because it's 2024 and you've got a big vision. And I know that you're on here and you're watching me. I know, like, I look crazy, like, what's she doing? I can see two of you on here and not commenting, right? And sometimes we multitask, and sometimes we give our vision the time it deserves and the energy it deserves. Get your vision board done for every single area of your life, because you are leaving a legacy, whether you know it or not, or whether you're committed to the legacy that you really want to leave or not. So somebody just jumps off. You'll watch on the replay, and that's cool. So get your vision board done, because that vision of you leaving your legacy is so, so important. So I was reaching out to all those that are in my vision board, and I reached out to someone, and you'll know who you are. I mean, never name names unless you guys are on here. I'm talking to you. So I mentioned that I had tears today, like literally, like so many tears. And my message that I wrote yesterday, because on Contribution Freedom Monday, I said, I'm going to reach out. The 1 to 3 things that I need to do is craft the message. Well, my message is long. I'm here 27 minutes. And my message, I've got so much to say. I started in 2008, 2009. I've got some stuff to say. So this message that I was sending out, I know is long. And I've had over the years, people like, do not send me an essay. I'm like, fine, it's not for you. But the people that get it really get it. So this essay, trust me, if you're connected to me, you're going to get this essay, right? And so I sent out this message, and the lady had said to me, this is almost word for word what she said. It's not word for word, but paraphrasing. She said, at first, she sent me a voice note back, right? In fact, I don't think I sent a voice note to this lady. Anyway, I sent this long ass message with a testimonial, and welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. And so she said to me, first, I looked at this message because it's long, it's paragraphs long. And she said, I thought, who the sends a message like that? And who would read it? I don't think she swore, but I think it's for emphasis. And who, she might have, and who would even read it? And then she read it. And then she said, oh my gosh, that's me. That is me. Here's where I am, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to disclose what she said. But she's like, basically the soul tribe avatar persona profile. And I said on it, here's the vision board, here's my masterclass, and actually here's the one-on-one session that I'm doing that I never really do. I'd love, if you know of anyone. And I don't know, a couple of hours, she's scheduled on the call, and I'm so excited to get on the call. But she said, oh my gosh, tears. And as soon as somebody says that to me, I'm crying. I'm such a crier, because yesterday when I was crafting the message, I'm like, I'll send some of these messages out. It'll be okay. And until you break free, until you get that feedback, until you get that paradigm shift of this is landing, this is getting, because in my head, it's like, that sounds really cool, buddy. I know it's really long and it pisses some people off, and that's fine. Like, unfriend me then, right? Because I'm clearing out a friends list anyway. But until you get that crack in the door that if it's a new message, like this is landed, until you get that and you get that response, you're like, and it was so beautiful. So I cried. That was the first time that I cried today. I was like, I made a vow that when I figured this out, teaching online, I would share it far wide and deep and never let anybody who needed my services be outpriced. As like, somebody stop telling me to list build, actually have a conversation. But so somebody that was in my group that I don't know, that I messaged, and then to be on a call. People say this takes ages, this takes YouTube ad, not YouTube ads, Facebook ads, this takes blah, 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 blah. But what if you don't have the budget to test and tweak, or you don't have the whole funnel built out? In fact, I tell you, you know what? In the one-page plan, don't build the funnel. Listen, do not build the funnel until you know who you're speaking to. Do not build the funnel until you've actually had a literal conversation with the people that you're here to serve. That is the problem. That is literally the problem to us serving. And I'm like, wow. So I'm really excited. So my energy is like, oh. And then the next message that I sent out was, now this was more yesterday actually, to the people that I already know. And one lady, she's just such a beautiful soul, and you know who you are. She said, that's a lot of work to reach out, because I was like, do you know what? I'm clearing out my friends list. It's 2024. I'm going to connect with who needs to connect with. And she said, I know that's a lot of work, but thank you. And I want to get on your networking call. So I was like, yes. And then the next messages that I sent out, I was like, let me reach out to people that I knew, right? And again, let me know where you're watching from. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Even if you are new to me and you're like, I don't want to type under there, like, oh, everybody's going to see me. You can. It's a safe space. It's just me talking about teaching online, talking about being in alignment, talking about journaling and visualization. Hopefully it all resonates with you, right? So I reached out, and I'm reaching out to new people, like calling in my soul family. I just feel drawn to certain people, like, oh, just lights me up. What you guys do lights me up. And I said, as soon as people have said, you know, they accept my friend request, then I voice note and say, hey, you know, and thank you for your connection, because it's specific people, not just anyone. I don't want a friends list of just people who don't want to take soul-guided action, who are not really here with a movement and a message, and not willing to receive that money, because I just think, well, why? Because you're not really in business. Anyway, so I said, you know, do you want to get on? I've got a networking call. It's a monthly call. I'm so excited to fill that call again with just beautiful souls for us to connect with. So when we're teaching online, creating a community, creating a tribe, not just going into other people's communities and other people's tribes, getting pushed and pulled by people online, actually building your own tribe. What does your own soul tribe look like? Like, I built the Spiritual Businesswoman Network with a co-producer about 2-3 years ago. And I'm telling you now, the connections that I still have from there, whew, wow. And the connections that my students and the community made, the soul sisters in the community made, they've still got bonds now. I went offline and they've still got bonds now. That's how, like, that's our duty to lead, and then people just can. I love it. Anyway, so I don't think I cried at that. What else did I cry at today? Teaching online. Oh, I was on the dating app. So if you know me, oh no, the next one was I messaged someone and she said, I've done all of this stuff. It's been 40 years. So thank you for your contribution. Beautiful soul. She left me like over a 4-minute message, and I was like, I just listened and listened and basked and basked. This is why I cried. And she said, I have a podcast that ran for like 3 years. I still write books, but I'm retired. And I was like, wow, 40 years of being in service. I'm like, wow, this is before the internet, and stuff isn't the way that we take it for granted, that things are the way that they are now, like so easy with the social media. It wasn't like that, she was saying. And I was just in awe. And basically she said, now from all of the stuff from years ago and how we had to do the things, health stuff comes up, right? I'm not going to disclose anybody's business. And that's one of the reasons why on Tuesdays I talk about health. I talk about our emotions, I talk about our relationships, I talk about our spirituality, and I talk about our finances, because it's not just one area for me. And it was just such a beautiful confirmation. But she said that she's retired, but she's still writing. She's always wanted to write. And I'm like, oh. And then she's still got like some community and stuff. And then she shared her podcast. She was on Blog Talk Radio, which I loved at the time. I don't listen to it anymore. She's on Spotify, and she said, not only did she interview guests, so I'm looking forward to listening, but she actually did a relationship podcast as well. And I was like, that's where I'm going. Like, wow. And then she sent me a purple heart, and I said, that's my son. That purple heart is that confirmation from my son. My son's in spirit. He passed 9 years ago in April. And I said, thank you so much for just taking that time, all that time, just to say I'm not interested, right? Like, stay on my bit, but stay connected, but just, And then she said the first episode that she did was on with a guy who talked about grief and loss. And she said, I think this will be. So I don't know what is in that episode. It was early this afternoon. So I cried again. That's my marketing. It's relationship building. It's connection. It's just, that's what teaching online is for me. It isn't hiding behind closed doors saying, come on, get on my list, and I'll send you a bunch of email. Can you let me know that this is working? Because I can see that you're on. Where are you? Let me know, because I can't see a comment. So yeah, it isn't about going out there and building a list. It's about relationships, and we're good at that. When we're like, I don't like marketing, I don't like, but if we're going to teach online, we need to build relationships. So that was my day, really. And I was listening to other teachings, and I'm going to be featured, and I'm going to go out there and get featured in the media, on podcasts, on radio, on TV, all the things, right? For 2024, going big. But that was going on in the background while I was reaching out. And I just think, when we are teaching online, teaching in a way that is in integrity, being the version of us that we want to be. So I was listening to, on my walk today, environment, right? Coming to my niece's 20-minute walk. So I listened to a book, and it was Atomic Habits. Let me know if you've listened to Atomic Habits. And in that book, he talks about your habits, right? But he was talking about reviewing your year. He does a review. It says, I can't remember his website, but the / was integrity. I think it's jamesclear.com/integrity or atomichabits.com /integrity. I've got to go and have a look. But he said he does a review of the year and what habits actually have supported him, what's gone wrong, what's gone right, in his words. And so as you build your muscle to teaching online, what we've got to then do is, yes, we put the vision board up and we say, I want to contribute in this way, I want to do this, I want to do that, but actually our habits have got to sustain that vision. It's not, well, the vision just going to come to us and universal laws. It's actually taking that action. And so I love it. He says that he reviews the person, his identity, who he's becoming. Is he the version? So what I want to say is, are you the version of you that is on your vision board? Are you becoming that version of you even? And what is it that going to take? There's a gap, right? So for me, my vision is big and lit, right? But every single day I show up live to become the version of me, to sit in that version of me, to speak, to show up, speak out, and serve deep. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. The next book that, because I ran out, it was only like 20 minutes of James Clear. I ran out of Audible book, and then I was like, do I listen to this again? And I was drawn to Bob Proctor's Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. Oh, it was lit. Guess what they were talking about? He was being interviewed as part of his book. They were talking about journaling, and they're talking about gratitude. And we're going to say gratitude in a second. Talking about journaling and the attitude of gratitude and setting that up. Now, I've got notes for today because I was like, I want to remember. I've got a learning dyslexia, right? I want to remember because I wrote them down. I remember what I wanted to say. And so he says about the attitude of gratitude. And so the guy that was interviewing him, I can't remember his name, but the late Bob Proctor, and he was saying, well, some people might say, when should I journal? And he says, do it in the morning, but do it throughout the day. Write what you're grateful for. And it changes, it shifts your vibration. And so the guy that was interviewing said, imagine like walking around being at that consciousness of being grateful. And I say, with this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast and my 2-hour monthly coaching call, the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, shifting from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness is my mission, right? So supporting you. So imagine that frequency, that prosperity consciousness, every single person that comes into contact with the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, shifting their energy and their vibration. And yes, it is possible. It really is. And I just absolutely love it. So let me know if this has been helpful for you. And let me know, like, the things that you want to have a conversation about, because I'm up for it. I'm here for it. So I have students going through my teachings in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint in the Soul Legacy Academy. And so I bodied up 2 students today. One is in the mastermind and one will be in the boot camp. And I'm like, but you can still body up. And as soon as I bodied them up, so I'm teaching online, right? As soon as I bodied them up, one of them was in my inbox. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've just got chills by listening to this soul sister. And I'm like, you two, oh my gosh, they blow my mind. Such incredible souls. I mean, talented beyond belief. The level of education that they both have, I'm like, you two have to meet. The level of education, like I have a learning dyslexia. I did not finish my degree, just so you know. Right? I've studied to degree level, but these guys have got like degree stuff and education coming out of every orifice. Like, they're so smart. They're so clever. And I'm like, you two have to buddy up. So when you're teaching when you're teaching online, you want to create a tribe, a soul tribe, in my humble opinion, that are going to get each other. And when you create a STAP, a soul tribe avatar, persona, and profile, because I teach this and people are like, I don't get it. I'm like, dude, it's the people that you're here to serve and the people that get each other, the people that want the same things or similar thing. It's the people that can have the same kind of conversations. It's the people that like, oh, I'm so happy to meet you. Or, oh my gosh, the synchronicities. It's the people that have been on the similar journey that you're bringing together as a leader, as Seth Godin says, tribe. Oh, I love it. That's what we do for a movement. Everyone that I serve has a movement. Just saying. All right, let me just see my notes. I see a phone number on my notes, so I'll share what that phone number is. I'm not going to give you the phone number because it was exclusively for me. Okay, I think I have covered all the things. Oh, I want to go on holiday, so I talked about that already. Beach body. Girls doing beach body. Oh gosh, I feel so good. Attitude of gratitude, video call. That is what I want to talk about. Video call. So your girl is teaching online, and I mentioned the lady that I connected with, and she was saying that she had interviews and then she taught about relationships. She's like, who doesn't want that? I do. On my vision board challenge, I want to be with my husband. So I will share this and I will talk about it. Should I save it till tomorrow? Should I save it till Relationship Freedom Friday? Or should I tell it now? I might wait. I think I'll wait. I'll wait for this one because we're at 45 minutes. I'll wait. I will tell it tomorrow. So you'll have to listen to the next episode. I'll tell you a snippet. I was supposed to have a video call because your girl can't hold it in. Supposed to have a video call. We didn't have a video call. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. We didn't have a video call, but your girl got a number. No, not like that. But anyway, I will save that for Relationship Freedom Friday because I've been talking a lot. Okay, what else? Launching your day, leading your day, leaving your day. 1 to 3 action steps that you can take. I am going to share the card that I pulled for today. And we're going to express gratitude, and then we're going to do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Okay? You're still with me? Thank you. All right. So the card that I pulled today is from Keepers of the Light. I'm going to tell it tomorrow because I won't have anything to say tomorrow, will I? If I share it all. All right. So this is, do you know what? I can't say it. Sanat Kumar. Light activation. Anyway. All right. Shine your light. Woo, woo, shine your light. That's what I was saying on the voice notes. Guy on Bumble. Guy was fine. Just saying. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Thank you. Can I get an amen? Oh, I have to share it. Anyway. Sanat Kumar, which means eternal youth. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about this guy because it looks like he's got eternal youth. Is an advanced cosmic light being who is dedicated to helping the earth rise up towards light. Let me know where you're watching from and if this resonates with you. And Yaz, if that's you again, great. He is, as far as I'm concerned, the leader of the Keepers of Light. He has been acknowledged as a god in Hinduism, and I can't say that something story Mahabharata. You guys know. Which I've got Erlen and dyslexia. I'm trying. This is me teaching online and just being raw and real. Can't always be perfect, can we? We can't be perfect anyway. Which has come down from heaven, bearing God's divine plan. In more recent times, he has been acknowledged as coming from Venus and bringing through unconditional love. Ooh. His eyes are made of the cosmos with the ability to penetrate the soul and activate the brightest light yet. He can seem otherworldly because his looks are beyond human. He is a being of light, shining with the purest intentions. He is the twin flame of Lady Venus, Together, they activate the heart and light of those who welcome their help let me say that again. Together, they activate the heart and light of those who welcome their help so they can shine bright together. Shine brighter than ever. Your extended message. You are here to light up the world. You are here to light up the world. You may feel that you are being pushed or that there is a lot going on at once. And this is the energy. This is because your energy is magnetic to others and they want it in their life. This is true. This is what the conversation I had. I'm going to share a little bit more. Take the time to listen to your inner voice. Remember the cosmic light of heaven and draw it to you. This is all you need to inspire the world. Now, on the voice notes on Bumble, we basically kind of had that kind of conversation. And the person that I was talking to, unbenamed, said that to me. So many beautiful things, like how I teach. He's never seen me teach, but I was sharing what I teach. And the relationship stuff is something that I want to teach as well. Because for me, along my journey and going through my spiritual awakening, my twin flame union, my ex-husband, the longest relationship that I was in with a soulmate, etc. It's just like, I'm ready for that chapter. And I'm ready for the chapter with the person. And I've got a love list. So I've got my vision board for relationships, but I've also got a love list, a desire list. And yeah, the guy said so many things. So I will bring that into Relationship Freedom Friday. because it's really important. I'm going to dissect, I'm going to think about it, digest it, because there's been a lot said, and a lot of emotions as well. So yeah, when you're teaching online, just teach from where it is that you are. So welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. There's been more of you hopping on, but like not as much engagement, probably because you're new to me, and that's okay. Hopefully you'll come and you'll join me on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. It's a YouTube podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would appreciate that, and I would appreciate you sharing it out as well. We're going to express gratitude before I go, and then we're going to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, all right? So Bank 50K in 50 Days, we're doing it vibrationally first, and then I'm going to challenge you to come and do it with me on my masterclass in the visible world, all right? Eek! Contributing, receiving financial freedom. It's time. So let's express gratitude. The way that I do it, and so Bob Proctor says, expressing gratitude journal, right? So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate, purely because it's just all the vibrations, right? And so we want to be happy and grateful and appreciate something.
That was my insanity alarm, which is about to go off in 10 more minutes. But I've done the insanity already because your girl's on point. And I was going to have the video call, but now I'm not, and I'll tell the story tomorrow. So I say I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something in the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future. Predicted future is the thing that's on your vision board in order for your vision board to manifest. Before it manifests, we've got to be at vibrational frequency to that, right? And so, yeah. So we bring in the 7 freedoms. So again, the contribution freedom, the health freedom, the emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So I call that an acronym called CHEERS, Cheers to Financial Freedom. So it's for living an intentional life. So we've got a vision of freedom, our value of freedom, and our vibration of freedom, which we know is the highest frequency, along with love, joy, empowerment, peace, all the things. Now, in Bob Proctor's book, he was saying about people will lean towards the vision for the United States is that freedom and that legacy of freedom, right? You know, it's for everyone all over the world. We all want more freedom, right? So I want to say I'm happy and I'm grateful, and we're rising and residing at that Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency every single day. So I'm happy and I'm grateful. I will do it. You can do it. I call it soul speaking into existence. And if I raise my vibration, you raise your vibration, together we raise the vibration of the planet, of the collective. Yes, yes. All right. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate contribution. All right. The contribution that I was able to make today, reaching out to a soul sister and just reading the message, although it's like, I would never read this. Who does that? And then she's scheduled on my calendar. That is a contribution. That is me taking soul guided action in alignment with my vision. Happy and grateful and appreciate that that was so well received. And the lady, again, that I was talking about, who has done 40 years, she said every single one of her clients she just asked for and the universe provided. Happy and grateful for that contribution. Happy and grateful and appreciate my health. Your girl is on point. I'm just, do you know what? To be able to do the insanity workout is just insane. So I'm 50, you know, I first started it when I was 39, coming up for 40. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I feel really good. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, because your girl wants to be hench. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate Beachbody. Happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. Here I am, smiling and passionate and loving what I do, and tears. Yeah, I love it. Tears and all. Happy tears. How good is that? You know, how many times have you cried happy tears for your work in the world of late? I know. It's cool, isn't it? I'm crying. Happy and grateful and appreciate the environment. Do you know what? I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate Facebook and all the groups and my groups and all my friends and you guys. Happy and great. Are you guys commenting somewhere? Because I can't see any comments. So if it looks like I'm ignoring you, I'm not. Just saying. And thank you for the love. Because I can see you guys on here. And all I can see is Yaz's comment. So it's working. So if you comment, I can see it. Thanks, Yaz. Happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. As soon as I say that, it drops off. But there's somebody on here consistently. Can you let me know who you are? Relationships are gold. Relationships are really, really gold. And the relationships I have and I'm building and the people that are coming into my world are like, oh, the biggest, most impactful relationship right now has been Kalini. Girl, oof, inspiring to me. So inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. We're going to have a journey together over 2024, let me tell you. Happy and grateful and appreciate being guided by my soul and having a conversation with someone, soulmate, whether they stay in your life or not. I want the soulmate and my husband, universe. But this person was moved to tears. He had me laughing and crying. He was crying. At first, I was like, did you just get emotional? Because I told him about my son and he's like, I can't even imagine. And just, you can make connections. Like, it isn't just about the online space, right? We're real people. We're real people. I love that. I love that our souls know. I'm like, well, until we meet again. Yeah. I'm going to share that tomorrow. Happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. Ooh, okay. I bought my dark chocolate, which is like, I love this particular dark chocolate. It's more expensive, but I love it. And going into the shop and getting my nuts and getting my dark chocolate and getting my bananas and my whatever I need. I'm like, yeah, because there was a time when you go, the reason why I don't share this very often. I haven't shared it for a long time, not because I just don't remember to share it. But somebody asked me when I went on a date, I went for a Chinese and an Indian, sorry. And they asked me why I do not eat meat anymore. It's been 15 years. And I was like, I didn't tell them the whole story because we're in the middle of the restaurant. I was like, yeah, my body feels better, which my body does feel better. But actually, when I was going through a really messy divorce, a really bad separation, I was feeding my kids and I didn't have the money to buy the meat. The meat was expensive at the time. It's more expensive now. And I was reading a Tony Robbins book, and I don't know whether it was Unleash the Power Within or Awaken the Giant. And I went to a seminar in London and somebody else was eating vegetarian, not even plant-based back then. And they just said that they felt better. And I was like, excuse me. My brother and I, my brother passed 19 years ago, one of my big brothers. And we'd stopped eating red meat years prior to that. So I'd have like the turkey and the chicken and what have you. So gradually our bodies felt better. And so I was like, just guided. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to eat that. And so I'm learning about, and having the connection with the guy that I was mentioning, which I'll talk about tomorrow. I said, oh, have you watched, I don't know if you've watched this on Netflix, You Are What You Eat. It's a 4-part series, like a documentary. It's amazing. And I'm like, the more I learn, the more I'm just like, yeah, just be wise with what you spend your money on, like, and fuel your body with. And the financial freedom to go on holiday with my daughter for her birthday. Yay. All right, let's do the Bank for today's challenge. Now, I want to respect your time. I want to get to an hour and we're done. So I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. If you don't know, this is the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, YouTube podcast. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, listen to the podcast, share it out. This is streamed in the Soul Legacy Academy. It's like a follow-on from the Vision Board Challenge, the 7-day annual Vision Board Challenge. And it's also for my students who come to the 2-hour monthly coaching call because I'm here. All right. So, because I love repurposing. So this is the Soul Legacy Journal Notebook, 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. And I call it a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. Now, the 7 freedoms: contributing, financial freedom. We want to contribute in the world. We don't have a problem with it contributing. However, as some of us light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, service-based business owners, give, and forget to receive. So, Soul Legacy Journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. Take it. Insanity. Take it. Take it. What would you spend that money on today? Right? And so there's rules around this. I call it the soul income game. Shifting your poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. Even if you're up leveling in your business, we're always up leveling, right? So take it. Tell me what you spend it on. Post in the Spiritual Business Vision Board and Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge Facebook group. Again, the link is around the show notes and in the cards and the description. Do your vision board challenge first, because if you do your vision board challenge, you'll get clear on your soul why. Because it's not just about being greedy with the money, or money is the root of all evil, or all those things all the stories that we've been conditioned to say, so we don't have the money. Notice that. When we're conditioned that money's this, we then don't want it. But guess who's moving in power? Those that have it. Right? So heal our relationship with the energy. It's just energy. It's not all the things that people are telling us. So we spend the vibrational money voucher on what experiences you're going to lack in experiences in life. Our lifestyle is going to be hurt. Our light to work is hurt because we're blocking. We've got fear in our body, fear of money, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of blah, 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 blah. Right? Doesn't make sense. So the Soul Legacy Journal is here to wake you up to then spend your vibrational money voucher. Write in your Soul Legacy Journal what you would spend your vibrational money voucher on. Come from the space that all your bills are paid, your taxes are done, and all your utilities are lit, done, covered, all things. And I remember a coach saying to me years ago, write down on your bills paid. And I'm thinking, what the heck is that going to do? Like, you know, when you're at that point, when you're not opening letters, yeah, your girl was at that point. My mum came down and I was like, you know, you do the whole crying. I was crying to this coach. It's like 12 years ago. And I think my mum probably came down and opened the letters for me. I literally could not physically open these letters. Going through the messiest divorce ever. Like, that's how I felt. It felt like my divorce was messy. And I made a vow to stand on my own 2 feet from then. I'm like, dude, this is not the look. So, spend your vibrational money voucher, right? And if you don't want to spend it all on today, or you're like, I don't have time, Iona, carry it over, right, to the next day, and then you've got a bigger chunk of money. But you have to spend it by Financial Freedom Sunday. I will spend my vibrational money voucher on Financial Freedom Sunday, and I will tell you what I'm spending it on. I already know because I was visualizing today. All right, so that's the soul income game in the vibrational world. In my book, I talk about the spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul guided influencers compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. This is it. This is the compass, is the soul legacy wheel. I talk about this on the Vision Board Challenge. The Bank 50K in 50 days, when you come to my masterclass, right, and thank you for those that have registered for the masterclass. I'm so excited. It happens live on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time, where I'm going to share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients online on video, because video is the one, right? So like, go out there and get featured, be visible, have an enrollment spot, and have the back end of your business done and dusted, so that you can build the business model in your angel numbers, passive and leverage income streams, so that you can think banking 50K in 50 days is freaking easy. So if I have 9 people in my mastermind, which is $5,555, right? In 50 days, boom, that's 50K. People think, well, I can't possibly do that. Yeah, you can. There's people are charging 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 100 grand. And I know that my shit's the bomb, right? So I'm just saying, I'll help you write your book, get out there, go get featured, do all the things, create a business model, all the things. Because it's time. It's just time. And I know that people have spent more than that on just getting their book published with the traditional publisher, and they've got that results. So I'm good with it. It's expensive, but I'm good with it. It's payment plans. And there's a 1 year, that's a 1 year option. There's a 2 year option and a 3 year option. So the monthly payments go down. I'm just saying. All right, so that's it for the Mind 50K and 50 Day Challenge. I think we've done everything. We express gratitude, how we feel, how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in terms of your environment, fixing up your environment, all those things. I think that's it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for staying on with me. Again, if you're commenting somewhere when I don't know where it is, apologies. If you're not commenting, right, what I would say is come and comment, come and share with me, because I can see the numbers. I can see you guys on. When I call you guys out, you're like, I'm getting off. I can't actually see who you are. I could if it was a Facebook Live, but I'm streaming out via StreamYard. What I would say is it's great. I love speaking to you. However, when somebody is just literally watching you and they're not commenting, it's off-putting. It's off-putting. It's like, well, you want to be shy, but it's off-putting because I know that you're watching me, and I want to gauge the content to you. I want to gear the content to you and have a conversation with you. So if you're commenting somewhere and I don't see it, again, apologies. But come to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because every single Thursday I talk about the same thing, but we want to progress together. We want to grow together. Right, this isn't just the Iona Meade show. Well, it is, but do you know what I mean? I will share with you. I will be vulnerable with you. I will be open with you, and I promise to do that always. However, the universe is calling you, and you've spent a lot of time with me. It's not a coincidence, is what I would say. DM me, Iona Meade on Facebook. DM me. Let me know you were watching, right? Because if you're shy and you've got gifts and you've got a movement, you ain't got time to be hiding behind closed doors. You just don't have time for that. We don't have time. I will not make a stand for that. That is what I will say. I won't make a stand for that, because I know that you're here to shine your light. So that's it. Share your gifts, shine your light, because you were born to serve. You know you were born to serve. It's not just me talking, right? You know you were born to serve. So here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Be blessed in your soul purpose. I will see you for Relationship Freedom Friday, where I tell the story with a guy hot. I wish I could share his picture, because I'm like, this guy's fine. Big love. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.